Hello everybody, Final Miner back for another episode of our Let's Play. And in last episode, we just got this fella behind me hooked up, our arc furnace, and we decided, yeah, we don't have anywhere near enough power to actually run the thing. Not nearly enough. We're only making about 200 RF a tick out of our power plant anyway. So, yeah, it's time to kick it up. We need to do a little bit better. So, we were talking about different ways to control our dropper. Last episode. The precision dropper that is going to drop the seeds so that we can laser them and use that to make an even better version of fuel. And so I was kind of complaining about redstone this and redstone that. Now, one of the things that we had as an option was that we could either force the laser. Let's see if the laser, we still have the laser here. Good. We can force the laser into one of two modes. This mode, where it just shoots every once in a while, just fires a shot of the laser, and if we hit it with a redstone signal, then it will turn off. So that's not that useful, right? Like we want it to turn on when it gets a redstone signal, but this is turning it off when it gets a redstone signal. So this kind of setup would be really easy, right? Like drop an item onto the plate gives it a redstone signal, and it starts shooting, and it'll just keep shooting until all the items are gone. That would be really easy. It's not going to work. The answer that we saw last time was we could use the plate to send it an inverted signal. In other words, we would have a redstone torch under it, probably under it, and the pressure plate would turn the torch off, and then the torch turning off would turn this back on. But it's kind of janky, and you end up setting some vanilla redstone underground, and it just, I don't know. I really don't like that answer. I really don't like that answer. So, okay, fine. What kind of answer do I like? And here's what I've figured out. Yeah. You know what? Stay quiet for a minute. We will use a combination of an ESD, an ending serious daughter, an extraordinary sample deliverer. Right. Let's move this back a bit so it'll actually make sense. We'll use this setup right here. The ESD is going to feed entire stacks of items up into the dropper, and the dropper is going to immediately drop them. So let's see, that direction is north. Okay, inbound, north, outbound, up. So no matter how many items we stick in there, oh, that's a problem. Oh, you had to do it that way, didn't you? Yeah. Okay, before I look like I'm insane, I'll explain what my thinking was. The ESD pushes whole stacks at once. And my thinking was it would push a whole stack in here, and then once it got to that point, once it shot an entire stack out, the laser would just shoot the whole stack all at once, the entire thing. Yeah, and once that entire stack was shot, the item collector would collect it, and then this thing, as long as the pressure plate would be, say, right here, as long as there was an item on it, this thing would not be pushing. So we would get one whole stack, and this would be turned off. No more would be added. The laser would shoot it, and then the item collector would collect it. That would turn off the redstone signal, and this could push another stack in. But obviously, no, that's not going to work, because this thing is shooting them out one at a time. Yeah. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to experiment with different kinds of pressure plates, and I'm going to have to go look at that. Oh. So stupid. Alright, back in a minute. Another one. Oh yeah. So in the end, I think probably the best way to do this is to remove the fancy pants logic that I added. After all that, I think the best thing to do is just to leave it like this. And this pressure plate can be any pressure plate. So basically, if there's an item on here, then the laser will shoot. Any item, no matter how many there are. If there's anything at all, this guy will shoot. Really, that's, I hate to say it, but that's what we want. Yeah, I thought I had something really smart figured out. But anyway, that's going to work better for us. The plate, the important part is that we're using an ESD and that the plate is right next to it. In my opinion, that's by far the most important part. That means that the ESD will load whole stacks at once, all at once, and drop them on here. And when there's any kind of items here, it won't load at all. Nothing. Probably we will also have something like, I don't know, maybe a drawer. Maybe a drawer with some redstone output. And whenever the collector collects, let's say it would push it into a drawer. And if the drawer has enough items in it, it'll send out a redstone signal. So I don't know, because that will only signal for one kind of item. So maybe we don't want that either. We'll just have to see. That means we would have to have a system that was set up for only one kind of conversion. Yeah. So anyway, for now I think this is going to work. For now, we'll just assume that this is going to be a good system, and we're going to set it up. And if there's any, problems to it, we'll just iron them out as we go. Pew. Alrighty. Back in a sec. If I could sing, I'd be singing Another One Bites the Dust to You. And look at that. Oh, that's glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. We now have 6 ender lilies. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see, we're going to have our ESD. Let's see, let's just say it's going to start back here. Right here. You dare set me on fire. Let's see, we have our dropper right here. And we'll use our regular old plain pressure plate. We have our laser, aka atomic reconstructor. Actually, yeah, okay, yeah. That's going to be how we do it. I think I had a better looking block in here. Polished stone from Extra Utilities too. That's a lot better looking than, some ugly something. Something ugly something. Actually, here's a question for me. If you have a torch like this, does it get turned off when you... No. Yeah. So we're going to have at least one space to run some redstone dust. redstone dust. Torch, and then dust and dust. Okay. And I may eventually decide to do this with Ender IO conduits instead, just so it looks a lot better. Much, much better. We'll see. If I can find a better way to invert a redstone signal, that will be glorious. That'll be the best thing of all. Because we can probably find a way to make it look better. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I can think of a different way to do it, but we'll finish this build up first. So now we've got it where chest. Now we've got it where items can be loaded in. They'll get pushed up a stack at a time into our dropper. Our dropper will start spitting them out. The laser will probably fire right away and convert the first few. You know what? That's a good reason to do our other logic. The dropper will continue spitting them out until it has completely spat out the entire stack of stuff. The laser will keep firing as long as there's anything there at all. And eventually all of it will get converted and sucked up by our item collector. Let's say you're going to sit, let's just say it's within a 6-block radius, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not that far. We may move that, but anyway. Let's see, 1. Let's go right here. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So if it's sitting right here, that should be just barely in range. Alright. So, the item collector will collect them, and once there's nothing on here anymore, nothing at all, the laser gets turned off again. As soon as this gets completely emptied, if there's anything else waiting to get converted, this will go ahead and convert it. And if we need to, we can also run some kind of control signal. Let's see. Yeah. If we need to, we can also run some kind of control signal in here, telling it, hey, you know, the number of seeds that we wanted to make is already there. It's completely backstuffed. Stop giving us more stuff. Okay, I think that's pretty good. This is the ugly, rough first draft of our setup. So I'm going to see if we can't hook some stuff in here and actually get this thing running. Back in a minute. Excuse me. Okay. For now, this is what our solution looks like. Oh, I can't climb the side of that. Interesting. We're using covered conveyor belts because if we use regular conveyor belts, then the ranged collector will just suck them right off the conveyor belts. Which, that might be a function that we use in the future. That could be very interesting. That might be an easy way for us to filter conveyor belt traffic. So we'll have to see. But right now we have this fellow set to grab whatever appears down here, the converted stuff. The ESD pulls it out and sticks it on the conveyor belts, and the conveyor belts will send it wherever it needs to go. And what I found out is these guys, they have a radius of 6 blocks. That's a cube that has a 6-block radius. So basically it's anywhere inside of a 13 by 13 by 13 area with this guy at the middle. So it's a pretty huge area. It can definitely pick stuff up over here, for example. Poof. And there it goes. So the next challenge we have is when we convert a seed into a crystallized seed, we want to drop it into a pool of liquid, right? We want to drop it into some oil. But here's the thing. The range collector, we're going to be creating a lot more than one crystallized seed at a time, right? A lot more. Let's try that jump again. There we go. You know, probably we're going to be doing about a stack at once. So if we're sending an entire stack at once, how do we make it drop just one item, just a single item into the liquid, one at a time? We can have the dropper, a precision dropper, and have it trigger to drop just one single thing at a time. But we're going to need a way to detect when the liquid is ready for it. And I believe in extra utilities 2, at extra, I believe there is a way to detect that. Not quite sure. Let's try looking for liquid. I can't remember. Is it a scanner? Is that what the block is called? Extra utilities 2 scanner. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And that should tell us whether the block next to it is the liquid block that we're looking for. And then if it is, we can have it send a redstone signal to the dropper telling it, hey, drop one thing. One guy. Just the one thing. So yeah, how about we go ahead and I'm going to craft one of these guys off screen. Not that exciting. You've already seen me do a dropper, and the rest of it's pretty easy. We'll do that off screen, and then we'll see how we're going to set it up. Okay, so here's our scanner. And what the scanner does is it looks at whatever is right in front of it, and it tries to determine if that block is what it's set to look for. Right now we have it set to look for a conveyor. So we lay down a conveyor, and we get a redstone signal. We get rid of the conveyor, no redstone signal. So that's what we'll use to control whether or not to drop a seed. If the block in front of it is the liquid oil block, then we'll drop a seed. And if it's not, then we won't. So I'm going to craft up some of our other machines. You know what? Let's not cut yet, because we haven't crafted one of these on screen yet. Liquid. It's going to be from Actually Additions, I think. Let's see. We've got our Actually Additions manual here somewhere, don't we? It's probably outside. Let's go grab eat. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Boy, we really don't have any need for ender pearls anymore. Those things are just coming in so fast. Here we go. Okay. Breakers and placers. That's phantom breakers and placers though. Placer. Placer places blocks in front of it. Let's see. A fluid placer. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So we'll take an auto placer and 2 buckets and we'll get a fluid placer. And then we're also going to need a fluid collector, which is an auto breaker. So an auto placer and an auto breaker, and then 4 buckets. That's what we need to craft. Oh, dropping some frames there. Still dropping some frames. Oh, we're doing a backup. That's why. So 23 iron. We've got more than that sitting in the factory here. Is it just me, or are we still dropping some frames here? Feels like we're not doing that great on our frame rate right now. And that's a little better now? Yeah, something. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, auto. And that gives us the auto breaker, auto placer. Let's do the auto placer first, since that's what I selected. Basic coil, cobblestone, and payless. Really easy. The auto breaker takes a void crystal. Now we already have a void crystal crafted, so let's just go ahead and make our payless crystal. There we are. We need a bit of cobblestone here. I think I have some on me. Yeah. And let's see. Need one of these. And what was the other thing we needed? Oh, a basic coil. Yeah. 8 of those. And 2 black quartz. Okay. Alright. What was that? Here we go. 2 of those. And let's just go like this and like this. Okay. And now we need our buckets. 4 of those. So if I remember, the recipe was like this: fluid collector, fluid placer. Nice. Very, very nice. Right now I have the, oh, you know what? We need another precision dropper. So let's go ahead and make one of those while we're at it. Precision auto dropper. 2 more payless and an advanced coil. We have advanced coils, 2 payless, lapis, payless. There we go. Make one of you. Wow, we are completely out of space. And one of you. Nice. Very nice. And I think what we'll do, we're going to go ahead and make, we're going to make some Ender IO conduits, just because the redstone conduit, that's the nice, neat, clean way to do redstone signals. We may actually have some redstone alloy, but the binder composite is sand, gravel, and clay. We'll just grab a stack, and a stack, and a stack. Alright, you know what? I'm going to clean my inventory up and then we'll come back. Okay. Now, binder composite is something you tend to need tons and tons of. Because when you start using conduits, they're so awesome, you just make tons of them. So we'll go ahead and cook up a big batch of them at once. Toss this stuff in here to get smelted. Binder composite, I can't remember if there's any use for them outside of being smelted. Looks like there's not, so just as well. Yeah, this capacitor of what is this doing here, that is insane. That is just insane. And how much power? 800,000? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's about 1/5 of one of the capacitors we use to power our building. So anyway, we're just going to need 6 of these. 6 and sleep. And we'll see if we have some of that redstone alloy, or at least enough of it. I feel like I have some that I found in a village blacksmith. And I stole it from him, obviously, because that's what you do. What do you do when you go to a village? You steal everything they have. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we had just enough. I never told you, I don't think. One day I was over there working in the processing factory, and I heard this door over here opening and closing. And I'm pretty sure a creeper had wandered in here and was just walking around. And I thought, that's got to be the worst possible thing that could happen. And we do have the chunk protected, so it's not like, you know, it's not like it would have actually blown it up, but still, that's kind of a scary proposition. Okay, so let's start setting this up. We're going to have a precision dropper, and we'll have to control how we get items in here at some point, but for now I think this is okay. The belts will stick it in here. Let's see. Redstone mode deactivate, redstone mode pulse, redstone mode pulse. So that's good. So whenever we get a redstone signal, it will drop one item. Just one. 20 and then 21. Good stuff. And then as long as the signal stays on, like it is there, it's not going to drop anymore. Turn the signal off, still not going to drop any. Turn the signal on again, it'll drop exactly one. 21 of them, 22. Yeah. So that's how we'll do that. Let's see. Come back to me. So I think what we'll do here is we'll take the scanner, put it like that, and then we'll have this guy running like this. Oh. How can I make you connect? I need to force connect that. I probably need the Ender IO wrench to force connect it. For now, we'll just pretend like it's connected. How about that? Oh yeah, you'll connect to that, huh? Sure, great. Okay, so that'll be the way that we get our signals on and off. Let's have the, you know what, let's have the fluid placer right here. That'll put it kind of closer to these guys. And we'll probably move them around here in a second. And so this guy, well, his only job is to put oil down there. We don't care. I don't think it overwrites. Right? I don't think it will actually stick a bucket of oil if there's something already there. So, I sure hope not. I really, really hope not. That looks wrong. Let's go like that. Yeah. Okay. And so you're going to pick up fluid whenever it's there. So here's the question. If I put down a bucket of oil, say like this, you're going to put it down and then you're going to immediately scoop it up, aren't you? Yeah, you are. You jerk. And now I have a bucket of oil. Wonderful. Well, that's not so bad. I'm pretty sure we can turn this guy off with a redstone signal. You're off, right? Let's see, are you off? You look like you're off. You're very off. 100% off. So what we'll do is, whenever this is the item that we want, we'll have it turn on a redstone signal, and it'll drop a seed in, and that will convert the oil to a different kind of oil. When it converts the oil, we'll have a different block here, right? So maybe we'll just make another scanner, and this scanner will go, over here. I think we're going to move this setup a little bit, but point being, it will have another scanner here, and it will try to read for the new version of fuel. And when it sees that, then it will send a signal over here. Hey, oh, actually, you know what? We can probably do this differently. We can do this the way that we want. Set to current block. Level. Anything's fine. And so I believe this guy is putting out a redstone signal now. So when it's on, this will be deactivated, right? And so this guy can send a signal to both of these. He can send a signal up here, hey, spit out an item. He can also send a signal here, hey, don't pick anything up. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's really good. So all we really need to do is move this stuff around a little bit. Yeah. Did you see that conduit turn off? Yeah. All we have to do is move this stuff around just a little bit, and it'll only take a little bit of conduit work to make this stuff work. Back in a sec. Okay, so I've moved things around a little bit. I've moved the... Oh. Fail. Big time fail. I've moved the dropper. Let's put it correctly right here. Okay, the dropper is here. He will spit the item out here whenever this guy tells him that it's okay to do that. At the same time, we're going to have to push this wall back either way, so we'll go ahead and tear it out for now. At the same time, he's going to be telling this guy the same thing. So here's what I mean. Whenever we get... This will probably automatically happen. Yep. So whenever we get a block of oil, this guy is going to say, hey, that's what I'm looking for. You can drop a seed now. Drop one seed for me. And he'll spit it out. At the same time, he'll send a signal over here to deactivate, because it's on deactivation mode, and he'll say, hey, don't do it. Just hang on. Don't pick it up. And he'll pick it up now because we don't have the signal connected. Oh. This thing's full, isn't it? It's getting there. Yeah, so anyway, I think this is going to work pretty well. I just have to figure out what to put here. But if this doesn't work that well, we can stick another detector over here. And when it sees the fuel that we want, it'll tell this guy, yeah, go ahead. Pulse mode. Go ahead and pick it up. So, let's see. What do we need to finish this build? We're going to move the conveyors around a bit. That's no big problem. I need a wrench, a Yeta wrench, to be able to finish hooking these conduits up. Let's see. I think that's about it. I've disconnected the item lasers from the back of the thing here, from the back of these interfaces. So these guys should start burning down their fuel. We'll have fuel, we'll have power in our capacitors, but after that we're going to have to hook this back up to get everything running again. Okay, so I'm going to bring a bunch of cobblestone out here so we can actually close this in and keep zombies and stuff out. And otherwise, we're almost ready to get this done. We haven't done a Yeta wrench on screen either. Let's see what it takes. Here's another one. No seed. That's fine though. So, in order to make our Yeta wrench, we're going to need electrical steel. And to make electrical steel, we need silicon, some sort of crushed coal, and iron. Do we have iron? We have iron. Yeah, we'll just take the whole thing. Do we have crushed coal? We have coal powder. That should do it. And we have silicon too. We have a little bit that we got from, who knows? Who knows? Probably got it from processing something in our sag mill much earlier in our series. So let's set this guy to alloys only and give it our 3 components. The thing about doing an alloy is that it only produces a single ingot at a time, and so these things can take a long time, depending on which alloy you're doing and if you have a capacitor like we have. Even with these awesome capacitors, it's so much slower to do this than it is to do, you know, regular smelting, because it's doing 3 at once. Super fast. And the other item we needed was a basic gear. Looks like there's no... no ore dictionary for that. And that's really easy. Sticks. Sticks and cobble. Is that right? Sticks and cobble. I think it's cobble and not... oh, is it smooth stone? No, that says... Oh, okay, I haven't made the sticks. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Oh. Oh. I'm too stupid. Oh. Oh yeah, and we also need that steel we made. Ugh. Yeah. I'm getting really scatterbrained. Okay, yet a wrench. Yay. Cobblestone. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Looks like we do have... Yeah, we got some cobblestone. Trying to think if there was anything else we needed. I don't think so. I don't believe so. Let's go ahead and grab a stack of seeds. And we'll be able to test with that here in a minute. Yeah. In just a minute. So this will spit them out, and they will get converted by the laser. The laser, the item collector rather, will pick them up, and they'll get shipped over this way into the back of our dropper instead of randomly. The dropper will sit here and say, let's see, whoops, that's not what we want. Turn that off. So I think it's, nope. I should have known that. Shift right click is always disassemble. I knew better than that. So I think it's, is it middle click? Nope. I always forget what the mode change, excuse me, what the select a certain wow, I'm really not saying anything correctly. I always forget what the button is or the control is to point at it and open up the configure all dialog. You can actually point at the center of a conduit, and if you hit the right key, it'll let you choose which direction you want to configure. And that can be really handy when you're, you know, on top of a machine and you're trying to configure it, and I want to configure up, but I can't reach up, so you can just do it like that. Very, very, very convenient. Okay, you also need to be turned on. So right now, if we break this, break it, backpack, break it. If we do that, it will not pick it up. Actually, do we need, I forget, do we need a crystallized canola seed, or can we just drop a regular canola seed in here? Let's see. Yeah, it needs to be crystallized. So let's go ahead and get this part of our build working, and then we can test the rest of it. Let's see, it needs to come straight through here. Okay. Wow, we actually had to tear all of the conveyors up. Okay, let's see. Let's lay down a scaffold first. Actually, let's lay down a bunch of scaffolds first. Okay. Yeah, I really like what they did with these conveyor belts. In the 1710 version, you just had to kind of lay them down and they would face away from you. Having this little direction ability is really, really nice. I really like that. Good stuff. Okay, so it'll come here. It will shoot out one at a time. You're on pulse, right? Yeah. One at a time. That will convert this fuel, this oil, to a better fuel. And this guy will see that the block has changed, and it will allow this thing to suck up the new fuel. I started thinking though, what if we trigger this guy when there's no seeds in here at all. Like right now it's on, right? The redstone signal is on. Well, I'll show you, because it'll become pretty obvious why that's a problem. If we have seeds backstuffed, it's not going to be a problem. That should be west, inbound, west, seeds, outbound, up. Pew. Oh, that's weird. It scattered them everywhere. Okay, so that's a good test for the first part. We'll have to set our filter to include crystallized canola, and then tell this guy to pick up crystallized canola. Okay, so now it's going to run that over here, and you'll see what the problem is here in a second. Yeah, okay, so this part, working fine. The problem is, it gets over here, now it has these seeds in here, but it already has a redstone signal, so it's not going to be able to drop it. Huh? So how do we tell it to drop if it already has the oil? As long as this always has seeds, always, 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 this won't be a problem. We'll never have to worry about this. But I don't know, is that a guarantee? Not really. I think it'll be fine for now if we just kind of bootstrap it this way. As long as it can drop a seed every time it puts down oil, it should be fine. That's it. But if it can't do that, then we're going to start facing some trouble. Okay, so now we've got a different type of we have a different type of block here. Oh, I see. It's actually seeing it as an oil block still. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what if... Interesting. Okay, so no, this is working correctly. It's working correctly. See, the redstone signal is actually off, but for whatever reason... Oh, it already has... Today I learned that a fluid collector that already has fluid can't collect more fluid. Interesting. Let's just dump this on the ground for a minute. And so he should be able to pick up the new thing from now on. That's another thing. If I step in front of this and I grab the seed, it's gonna cause it to break. So right now this is pretty good as long as I don't touch it and interfere with it. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we will move some of this a little further back so that I can't just walk up to it and touch it. Maybe we'll just surround it with glass or something like that. That's probably the right way to do it. We'll surround this with glass. But otherwise, we've got a pretty complete build. We just have to fill in the rest of the stuff to make it look nicer. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep, and we'll get on to the next step. Wah ha 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 ha. 2 more. I've even lost count. Not because I'm horrible at keeping track of things, but because there's so many of them, and because I'm terrible at keeping track of things. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and match this guy, and this guy is the dent chiseled stone. Okay, actually we can just take this off since we're going to change the border. Dent chiseled stone. Dent, dent, dent. Let's see here. How much more dent do we need? More? How much more? More. That's how much. Much more. Let's see. Let's just do... let's do half a stack. Dent. That's not dent. 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 That's not dent. There we go. I don't know why I always have so much trouble finding that stuff. Let's see. Let's go ahead and include this just to give ourselves a little more room. Hello, coffee. Okay. And then we'll go up. There it is. Yeah, we're going to need some more. Need some more dent. Looks like we need 4. Feels like about 4. Okay, and... oh, come on. Oh, come on. Dent. There it is. 3, 4. Good. And then this is... what are you? Chiseled stone wide bricks. We're going to need close to a stack of those. Go ahead and start with this half stack. Wide bricks? Yeah. Didn't I look at these a few episodes ago and I said, oh, they look so cartoony. Oh, I don't like them. But I've already used them. Forget what I said. They look quite awesome. They're super duper awesome. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to have to figure out how to do input. Probably we're going to end up with an item interface. We might move our ESD into the wall like we did up there. And then, actually, we probably need an advanced one. But anyway. Anyway. We'll just leave this spot filled up for right now. Dent. We need 4 more. 4 more dent. And look at me. I remembered where it was. Okay, good. Almost there. Let's take another... say 20. Now let's do a half stack. Half stack-ish. That feels half stackish. Look at that. I was really close. Very, very close. Okay, good. Good. Yes. No! And the roof was just scaffold, so we'll get around to that in a minute. I don't think we need this anymore. We also... how could I have forgotten about you? We also need to decide if... yeah, we need to decide if we're going to continue using this kind of ugly looking thing. Yeah, we'll see. And this kind of ugly looking thing. So how about this? Let's go ahead and move all of this stuff that needs to be moved. Empty. It's got a little bit of oil in it, but that's it. Okay, yeah. This is a good time to do that. And we'll get some fluid pipes to work with while we're at it. Let's see. Fluid pipes. Oh, you know what? We're going to need that laser wrench. Lasers don't know how to obey. Sometimes you just got to wrench them. Tell them who's boss. Okay. Break, 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 break. Break all the things. While we're at it, might as well break those. Okay, so here's my idea. We will have a fluid pipe right here. We will have fermenting barrels here and here. And on top of that, we'll do the presses. And on top of those, lasers. And we'll have to change this in the wall a bit later. So these guys, they should auto output. They've been auto outputting, so they should auto output into the pipe and then into our fluid placer here. Can we get it to... Yeah, we can't input to it that way. That's too bad. Too bad. So sad. But this should work. These guys will get power the way that we normally do. Let's just go ahead and stick those up there. We're going to need more lasers, I can tell. Actually, you know what? This is stupid. Let's just do one. The way we had it before was okay, but let's just do one. Alright, and then the actual engines themselves, the oil generators, those guys can go where? Maybe here and here? I'm not quite sure what I think about that, just because it's getting kind of crowded over here. Right. And it also, we're getting a big clutter of blocks over here. So I'll tell you what, instead of that, let's do something like this. Something like this. And we'll just use our pipe. I hope that this auto outputs. I hope that it does. Let's see. We're not going to know until we know. So let's craft this guy to get rid of his fluid contents. Yeah. Get rid of that last little bit in there. Put him down, and there we go. We're getting crystallized oil, and we've kicked off the process again. Very nice. I think what I'll do is I will switch the pipe from there to... we kind of have to do it that way. So let's get rid of this. We'll let him run through his power. We'll let him run through his oil. Let's see. So we don't end up wasting it. Not that it's that big of a deal, but anyway. So now each one of these is going to be making 200 a tick. That's very, very nice. That's double. So we've doubled our power output. We can probably be doing even better. We'll just have to see. The reason why I'm moving this is I wanted to surround this with glass, and so I didn't want to have that pipe here. As long as this guy is sitting here, he's going to have a pipe there. So we'll just let him burn through. You come with me. There we go. And so instead of doing it that way, you know what, we can even pipe it across the top. That wouldn't look that... Well, we're doing atom lasers on the top. Yeah. So maybe we'll just pipe them into the bottom. I'm a little concerned that if I put it over here, we're not even going to have a way to walk to the back. Right? And yeah, we don't want to come back here too often because we'll end up breaking this. But at the same time, I still want to be able to get back here. Huh. Maybe we need to expand the building a little more. We'll see. I can also run a pipe out of the bottom and bring it over here. For now, let's just assume that's what we're going to do. We'll run pipes through the bottom. Like this. And let's go ahead and scaffold that. Scaffold those pipes. There we go. And then we'll go under. And this will be pipe. Yeah, this was probably not the right way to do this. Pipe. Yeah. Oh yeah, we want to pull that flooring up too, don't we? Yeah. Interesting. So we'll do that one last because, anyway. So this will be pipe. This will be pipe. We won't hook that up yet, obviously. Oh wait. Oh, I'm stupid. Sorry for all the derps. Derpalicious. Okay. So it looks like we need, of course, we need one more pipe. One single pipe. My kingdom for a pipe. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go craft that, and then we'll hook it up. And I think that'll put us about where we're ready to finish the episode. So, back in a second. Okay, got some more pipe. Put our floor down, and that'll do it. So, this guy, oh, it looks like he's done. Yeah, he's emptying out. And actually, we have our lasers here. Let's go ahead and hook this up. Go ahead and put down a laser here. We can put down the generator laser. We can put down the generator later. Let's make this look a little nicer. Like that. Almost done. Almost done. Okay, so probably I will, in between episodes, I'm going to take this kind of flooring and the border here, and I'll just push it all the way to the back so it'll look like this. For now, this is a, shut up, this is a quote-unquote finished build. We'll stick something else there to make it match. Yeah, so as soon as we move this fellow over, does he already have, he doesn't. Wait a minute, so I put in the pipe, shouldn't it be auto outputting now? Uh-oh. Oh, did I not put one in the corner? I did, right? Yeah. So how come it's not putting into our generators now? Interesting. I guess he doesn't auto output to the bottom. Let's try this. Yeah, this will be the last thing we try. Pipes, pipes, pipes. Pipes, pipes. You go here. Interesting. What's your problem, dude? What's your problem, man? You used to be so cool. Maybe it's these? I don't think so, but we'll try it without the scaffolding. And here. They're not connecting. Oh, they don't connect that way. Oh, I guess they connect on the sides, but not on the back. Okay, that's actually pretty easy to fix, right? We already know how to fix that. We'll just go up like this, and now he's burning. Excellent. Where's my other? Not you. You. Okay. And there you go. So both of those guys are burning away now. Get them hooked up. And like we were saying a second ago, we've doubled our output. Very, very nice. Stick this here. Okay, so now we can call this more or less a complete build. Now that we know it's actually working. Yeah. Now that we know it actually functions. So like I said, I'm going to finish up the flooring between episodes. That's not a big deal. We'll put the roof all the way back with scaffolding. Other than that, we got it going. So anyway, what we do about all this and about getting back there, we'll just have to see. I may come back in and put in a wall here and just make this a separate room. We'll see. Next episode, I think we'll go ahead and hook it up so that the... no, I'll do that between episodes too. We'll hook it up so that we've got these guys automatically putting into here, and the seeds will automatically be going back there. Alright guys, it's gone on too long, and I've rambled way too much. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.